What did Dexys Midnight Runners say while they were playing Riichi Mahjong? Oh, call a quick cheat, complete 1, 2, 3. In this hand you have a Sun Shoku calling upon, and the mixed triple's gone, but now you're in 10 pi 4 east 1. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. Yeah, apparently the band who wrote Come On Eileen is called Dexys Midnight Runners. I thought it was like, I don't know, probably like another song from Chumbawamba or something. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. My name's Yusong. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Hang on, I'm getting a notification really quickly. Oh, it's just a comment that appeared on another video. Yusong, you're a songwriting visionary? This must, listening to you do your Riichi Mahjong song parodies must be what it was like to see the Sistine Chapel for the first time back in the olden days. Oh, well, thank you for your comment. I would never say something like that about myself, but if other people are gonna lay it on me, then I guess as your humble captain of this channel, I have to accept it. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. How am I doing? Dude, I mean, I wanted to click on the match history. I've been really enjoying Mahjong lately, which is, I don't know. Like, there was a period where I wasn't, like, deep sipping the Kool-Aid on the Zhong, you know what I mean? But last night, or maybe 2 nights ago, I played Mahjong for fun, off camera. And yes, my words were ringing inside my own head. You know, making the decision to fold or to not fold, my own words of, and for what, were in my head. I really want to get better. All right, we got an iPad kid in the lobby. We got a Saint 3-star player, but look at this. Would you look at this? Oh, would you look at this? What are we even doing here? Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. I mean, wow. Do we just pawn this? Okay, this might be a really foolish decision, but we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can count on the 5 of circles. Wow! To become a 5th shape or something? I don't know. Maybe this was a little bit of a premature pawn, but that's me, you know? If it's Yusong, it's premature. Maybe let's get a better catchphrase for the future. All right, Left Lord calls a Riichi. It's a very, very early Riichi. If they win on the White Dragon, so be it. We were not destined to win this game. Not only that, they have called a dealer Riichi. That's extra spicy. That's extra terrible. They have the opportunity for greatness. How did my off-camera game go? Not great. I got 3rd place, but it was okay. I genuinely still had a lot of fun. And it made me excited just to play more Mahjong. So I'm glad to be sharing this moment with you today. All right, what are we hoping to see here? So unfortunately, because we pawned the North Wind, we need like a really zuzzy hand in order to win this one. What does that entail? I'm not even sure. Like we would need like an all triplets or a half flush. I'm over here tearing apart my triplet of the East Winds because nothing else is that safe anymore. All right. I guess I should just go frick myself. I guess that's what the game is telling me. We've drawn all 4 copies of the Eastwind, but at least it's not a super duper dangerous tile, right? At least we can fold more and more with impunity. Call me a twice song the way I'm asking for more and more. I think I can probably get rid of this one. There's a chance that they're waiting on a 1-4 though, right? They have a 2-3 of characters in their hand. Keep in mind though, when people call an early Riichi, it's usually bad. You've heard of such conjecture, such as the early bird gets the worm, but the early Riichi often is like a terrible situation, right? You don't get to be picky, you don't get to, oh my god, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We have a Nagashi Mangan chance. Oh my god, we have a Nagashi Mangan chance. For those of you who don't know, is that if you go to an exhaustive draw and your only discards have been honors and terminals. Oh, I can't go for this, dude. There's nothing to show that the 1 is safe. I know we could get a Mangan, but even next round, we would have to guarantee an honor or a terminal in order to pog up, and we wouldn't have been able to do so. So even though we were close to greatness, a Nagashi manga, I feel like it's got to be rarer than a Yakuman, right? Holy moly. We have no safe tiles. What do we even discard here? A 3? A 5? I mean, the 5 is inside Tsuji. I'm not going to discard anything close to the Dora. They've discarded a 2 and an 8 before, but the early Riichi could be on something horribly zuzzy, like a 4-6. Just kidding. All the 4s are gone, so I think it would have been impossible for me to deal in with this one. Let's see. Look, he's the greatest defensive gamer of all time. He's the greatest defensive gamer of all time. Shut out. Not today. You're gonna, I can't think of a single sports analogy right now. My entire brain is racking, itself for sports references. All I got is, remember when Levi, Captain, took on the Beast Titan in Attack on Titan Season 3? I got no sports references in there. I will say this, though. In my youth, okay? And it's a long time ago, because now I'm a full-fledged adult that does adult things like play Riichi Mahjong online. In my youth, we had quizzes in gym class. Now, this sounds like a horrible idea. And I'm gonna be honest with you, jury's still out. But the good news about, well, I'm saying they're a good idea, because the good news about these gym class quizzes, you've heard of gym class heroes, but gym class quizzes was that you would have to learn the rules of every single game that you were playing, which is why I don't really like playing flag football, but I now know all the rules of flag football, which is hilarious. I mean, you know, and normal football too. I don't know. It definitely helped. I didn't necessarily like getting my hands dirty being the quarterback in gym class, when, you know, just because like everyone gets a turn at being the quarterback. Yeah, it's horrible when I was up there. I was trying to deflate the ball, trying to get accepted into the New York Giants. I wasn't trying to deflate the ball. Also, does Tom Brady play for the Giants? Oh God. The New England Patriots. Because I have a friend named Mike Mitchell from a podcast called Doughboys that really likes the Patriots and really hates it when I bring up Deflategate. So that is something. That is definitely something. And we are one tile away from Tenpai, and Zendaya is Michi. Let's get off of this sports talk, okay? How could we navigate ourselves into such a tricky conversational corner right here? We have an all simples hand potentially, right? All simples hand. I mean, there's also the opportunity for big value here. The big value here is going for 3 concealed triplets. It's possible. I think I'm just supposed to pawn here to get into Tenpai though. Like, this hand is not very valuable, and I think our best case scenario is just to try to get into Tenpai. If someone else, by the way, if someone else calls Riichi or something at this point, we are going to do our best folding impression, okay? We are going to do our best to fold still, because our hand is only 1,000 points in its most perfect, you know, iteration. Now, would I do something as horrible as conning the 6 of characters? I don't know. Maybe, but we don't have to consider that because the last 6 of characters is officially gone. This is a risky tile. Someone could be on Tenpai, for sure. And the door is the 5 of bamboo. Certainly a tile that everyone is using, right? It's like white garlic powder. You could put that in anything. You could fit a 5 of bamboo in any single hand. We would probably be a little bit more scared if Left Lord was discarding straight up gas, right? I mean, they're starting to discard some good stuff. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Oh, I'm so sorry. You wanted to play Riichi Mahjong? Sorry, not when I'm at the table. It's kind of my whole thing. All simples, definitely gonna take it. It's anyone's game. We're in East 2 right now. Again, you know what? Thanks for, you know, your patience. Last game was very, very hectic, but today, we got nothing on the docket except just exploring each other and ourselves. That sounded interesting, but I just mean conversationally, emotionally, right? I will say this, I've gotten more used to the mint chocolate chip tile back. I like them a lot. I know. It's like, it's not as much contrast as the orange to the blue, but this is a little bit more fun. In a game where I don't necessarily want to spend like 100 more US dollars. Whoa, hang on. I misspoke for a second. Can I take that back? I love spending money on gacha games. Absolutely. That's just undeniable fact. My friend though, Yudong, who doesn't care really about future sponsorship potentiality. My friend Yudong, really does not enjoy the idea of spending $100 to maybe get the character that you're waiting for. And so my friend Yudong, I think hypothetically, because I know Yudong pretty well, would be pretty happy just to get a new tile back. Like, this is as good as it gets. You know what I mean? For free, I get a new hex code color in the game. Thank you very much. Absolutely. I think I'm supposed to discard this because, weirdly enough, if we draw into a third 5 of characters, it's very, very unlikely. But if we draw into a third 5 of characters, we could call Riichi Pinfu here. What's the Dora? The Dora is the Eastwind. That's dangerous. Anyone could be using the Eastwind right now. But we also have a really strong hand, right? The potentiality for Riichi, Pinfu, pure double sequence, red 5, all simples. This is a really juicy hand. This is a really juicy hand. I'm hoping that we can get into Tenpai. Hilariously, like, I'm not kidding. Another 5 of characters would absolutely do it for me. Another 5 of characters would absolutely do it for me. And now we're in a weird spot. We can draw into a 3 or, I mean, we could even pawn that, discard a 5 and be in Tenpai. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm in Virgin! Turn the video off right now. Turn the video off right now. I don't even care. Average runtime statistic, get out of my face. Absolutely get out of my face. So we can't even win with the 4 anyway. I'm gonna keep 1 safe tile, but this is not as bad as it looks. Are you seeing this? The San Shoku Respecter has actually logged on. I'm gonna do this. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad, but it could be worse. You know what I mean? It could be worse. Okay, we are now waiting for a 9 of characters. Mixed triple sequence, 2 red 5s. No longer do we have all simples, but this is a Zuz-tastic hand. Okay, this is the hand that if you deal into it, makes you become the Joker. Okay, Right Lord calls the Riichi on the Dora. That's terrifying. Everyone folds with the Dora as well. Oh, friends. The 9 is less likely to deal into them. But now I'm in the zuzziest Furriton of my life. Okay. So we're really hoping to draw a 4 or a 7 right now. That is neither of those tiles. What are we hoping to discard? I suppose this 4? We immediately lose our mixed triple sequence and turn off the game. Turn off the game right now. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. I play this hand so bad, dude. That's okay. Luckily, our mistake wasn't big punished. It was just a little bit of punishment. But hey, with the Zoomers these days, the top and bottom discourse, turn the game off right now. What's, you know, punishment is the spice of life, right? Right. All right, let's get back into this game. We got 2 Dora. It's an amazing start to this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes in our hand. We'd love to draw something like a white dragon. Holy moly. Okay, white dragon's really, really pog here. Did I seriously get rid of a pair of the Southwinds? Am I dreaming right now? I should definitely not be doing that. Okay, thank you very much. We're gonna keep the 3 in case we draw a 4. Then we have 2 double-sided weights, which also feels pretty good in this hand. All right, we that's also okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shapes in our hand, no album out. I think we can afford to get rid of some of our more our less desirable tiles, right? Now, what happens here? Would I pawn a white dragon? Absolutely. Would I download a car? Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you seen how fricked up the economy is? I would absolutely download, like, I don't know, 2003 Toyota Prius or something. That just sounds like a good financial investment. All right, what are we looking at here? I think we're supposed to, Right Lord calls the fastest Riichi in the entire game, and we don't have any safe tiles to discard besides these white dragons. I'm gonna go ahead and discard the white dragons. I'm gonna do a little bit of folding here. If we can get back into Tenpai with Riichi Pinfu hand, with an all simples hand, I'll be very, very happy to see it. What does the 4 come from? I mean, the 7 is safe, but like, Oh, but for what, Yusong? 2 Dora and Pinfu? Is that really worth it? There's 3 7s on the board. I think it is. I don't know. This feels like an okay risk to me because we're also discarding a terminal. All right, now no longer do I feel super, super happy about any of this. Can we afford to go 3, 4, 5? Oh, what is even happening? What is even happening? I think I can get rid of a 1 because it's Suji, but this hand looks so awkward right now. Oh my, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Riichi, Sumo, red 5. They're the dealer, so this is going to be a bigger hand than normal, but at least it's not huge. It's still anyone's game, although Right Lord has pulled into a little bit of a slight little bit of a lead. You know what? You know what we haven't done in a hot sec? Let's take a peep at everyone's match history just to do a little judgment, Jason. Left Lord is okay. They finally learned what it feels like to win again. God, I wish that were me. A Crosslord is a Saint level player. Of course, they're going to be repping some impressive statistics. This is a good hand. I mean, we don't really even need this 3. I think I should have thrown the 3 instead of this green dragon, because the rest of our hand looks kind of incredible. Yeah, maybe this is even like a full flush in the bamboo suit. It might be a full flush. Right Lord, honestly, no one here has like a breakaway lead. No one here is like repping incredible statistics right now, but that's okay. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was what I was thinking when I made the 7 of circles discard. Like, those are probably going to be our 5 shapes at the end of the day. Let's see how this pans out. Of course, I would love to continue drawing some bamboo tiles here. That definitely wouldn't hurt. So the Dora here is going to be the white dragon. Unfortunately, a very scary tile to whoever may possess its power. Definitely a very scary tile. Hilariously for us, we are 1 tile away from Tenpai right now. We can draw into a 3 or a 6 and call Riichi, right? Discard this and have a double pair wait for Riichi for Tenpai. Right Lord discards the, oh. Ralph Wiggum voice. Haha. I'm in danger. They haven't discarded a single bamboo tile yet, so maybe they're going for a half flush in the bamboo suit. But this is a situation where they have Prevalent Wind, White Dragon, 4 Dora. That's 6 Han. They're repping a Haneman right now, a 12,000 point hand. Let us not. I think we might, unfortunately, have to just start folding here. Unless, like, I don't know, like, we could even draw. Oh, okay, it's that. But they have a Haneman. There's no shot I'm gonna be caught looking like a fool with my pants on the ground for this one. We're still 1 tile away from Tenpai, which is very, very funny. We're gonna need them to discard like a 6 or an 8 of characters for us to have a viable shot at winning this one. Otherwise, we're gonna be huge folding for the rest of the game. I cannot believe what I am seeing. Right Lord calls the Riichi, and we have no safe tiles. Left Lord is also probably struggling right now. Oh, I could kiss you on the mouth for discarding a safe tile. 8 of care. I could kiss you on the mouth. Okay, 1 of bamboo is kind of nice. All right, friends. Tonight, we dine in hell. Like, actually, tonight, we dine in hell. It's a safe tile to discard. If anyone else has another 1 of bamboo, it's coming out right now. 100% or your money back guaranteed. Please, the 4 of bamboo has been seen safe since I've called Riichi. Surely someone's about to drop the 1 of bamboo. Maybe a Crosslord is folding. I don't think they would be though. I mean, if they sumo, at least we're not sitting in the dealer's seat like a dope. Maybe this is the legendary, the forbidden 1 of bamboo. Oh my God, they discarded a red 5 from their hand. Is nothing sacred anymore. I discarded 3 of bamboo. It's 3 of circles, but somehow it doesn't punish me. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Why am I doing this, by the way? Can someone just give me a good... And for what, Yusong? And for what? Riichi, red 5 Dora? It's a good Riichi, though. Ah! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you expect me to be scared in the face of an open Haneman? I'm sorry, you must have me confused with some other Mahjong YouTuber or streamer. I don't ever get scared, okay? Unless someone calls a worthless Riichi, in which I immediately fold. I don't ever get scared, baby. I'm gonna cheat this and go for half outside or a full outside hand. It might not be the right play. It might not be the right play, but look at how fast this hand is. This hand is really, really good. We got all our necessary shapes. Fortunately, a lot of... Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. And Jesus wept, dude. Are you seeing this? Okay, 2 one-of characters are gone, which is really bad news bears for us, right? We definitely need a one-of characters in this hand if we want to win this. That's a little unfortunate for sure. 3 one-of characters are gone. That's horrible news for us. That's horrible news. So what do I think we do? Well, we can hold out hope for a one-of characters, or we just abandon the shape entirely and try to make this half outside hand work by alternative means. Oh, if only we had kept the other 9. But now, like, this is so unlikely, right? There's only 1 copy of the one-of characters left. Sure, it's bound to come out later, but I don't know. I think we should cut our losses and discard the 2-3. We could chi this. It's not terrible. We're waiting on, now we're waiting. We would be waiting on a 7 of circles. Unfortunately, there's only 2 more of the 7 of circles. It's not great. It's not great. If someone calls Riichi here, we're in a really bad spot, but I think, oh my God, Left Lord, what are you doing? But I think this was okay in the sense that, like, this hand's strength was probably its speed. There's a 3rd 7 of circles. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the last one. We might have to refinagle our entire hand again. And in fact, you know what? We could even consider the forbidden technique of just straight up folding here. And honestly, you know, a crossroad gives us a very convenient reason to do so. They call the Riichi. We do not have a good hand. Let's absolutely fold right now. So unfortunately, we don't have a lot of safe tiles. I'm going to first throw, I guess I'm going to throw this 9 of circles. We see 3 of the 7 of circles. They probably don't have a 7-8 shape. I don't know. It's probably okay. They throw a door. That's good news for us because, okay, we can also draw and throw the Dora. This would have been a sweet half outside hand, but I can't get rid of the 6. It's too dangerous. All right, this is still looking pretty fine. We're just following suit, right? Marching left and right along with whatever a crosslord is discarding. I like their very ornate, this very auspicious golden cat Riichi stick that's been discarded. All the 7s are gone. This is a great lesson to talk about Kabe. Because all of the 7s are gone, we know that it's impossible for them to have a 6-7. 6-7 is my favorite show on HBO, but it is actually impossible for them to have a 6-7. And as a result, we are able to discard our 8 with a little bit more safety there, right? They could still have something weird, like a pair of the 8s or... I don't know. They could have something weird, like a 7-9. No, they can't have a 7-9. Wait, so they could still have something weird, but I think it's okay. We're gonna huge fold here. If we can somehow manage to get into Tenpai by the end of this game, great. But I don't think that that's gonna be possible. I love that. A crosslord discards a 5. I'm gonna discard a red 5 as well. We know that no one else can probably run off of this either, so we're feeling pretty Gucci about that. Okay, right lord discards. They're going the inside Suji route. Okay, fair enough. We draw some good stuff. Did we end up seeing that last one of characters? So we would have eventually seen that last one of characters, but maybe not if we had started pawning and chiing some more. Honestly, it's hard to say. Okay, I mean, the 2 of circles was more recently discarded. You always want to go with the more recently discarded tile whenever possible, right? Like some of the other stuff has been discarded before, but maybe some of these other players have gotten into Tenpai and are now waiting for a tile that you know, other people might think is safe. All right. Exhaustive draw on East 4. Nothing that we haven't seen before. It's okay. I was very, very lucky in that opening our hand did not huge punish us there. Like, sometimes when you open your hand very recklessly like that, it really restricts your defensive options when someone else calls Riichi. I think my open rate, call me Elsa from Frozen the way I'm opening up these gates, I think my open hand rate might be a little too high. What is it? What a parallel to the amount of rent that people are paying these days? Good social commentary, Yusong. Sasuga Yusong always has good social commentary. I think my open rate, the amount of times I call pawn and chi, I think is a little bit too high. Like that last hand for what? You know what I mean? I'm busting out the 4 whats a lot more aggressively than I usually do, but like actually for what? We had full outside hand open. No Sanshoku is 2 Han. Am I really happy for 2 Han? Or would I really, like, would I be happier if we just like what is this hand, by the way? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs in our hand, no album out. If we draw another pair, then maybe we just go 7 pairs. Something Zuztastic. What's the door? It's the red dragon? That's very scary. That's definitely very scary. I think I maybe should have gone for the 7 pairs route and gotten rid of my valuable tiles earlier on, but like the tiles that other people aren't likely to throw. I don't know. This still seems okay, right? Someone calls Riichi. We got a lot of terminals to choose from. Crossroad calls the Riichi on a 6. We can at least have 1 turn of guaranteed safety, which feels pretty nice. This is a dealer Riichi as well, so you got to assume that the expected value is a little bit higher than normal. I think with that last hand, opening up for 2 Han is probably at the end of the day not very worth it. Probably not very worth it. And so I think you just gotta love hitting the pawn button. You know what I mean? I love hitting the pawn button. And if that's wrong, then I don't want to be right. Just kidding. I definitely like want to be right. Much more so than I want to lose games of Riichi Mahjong. I think what we do here is we probably throw the Northwind. It's a little bit spicy, but you know, if they have a 7-8 of circles, like they could have a double pair weight or a 7-8 of circles. There's no version of that. This is inside Tsuji. There's no version of that for the Northwind, right? So this is inside Tsuji. They can't have a 2-3 of characters in their hand. They'd be in Furten because they'd be waiting on a 4. They can't have a 5-6 of characters in their hand because then they'd be in Furten if they were waiting on a 4 or a 7. So this feels pretty good for us. We can still get into Tenpai potentially. So this is another good instance of Kabe, right? We see where all of the 6 of bamboos are. And as a result, we know that no one can have a 5-6 of bamboo. So we can probably discard our 7. Now, they could still be waiting on an 8-9. That's like a fringe case, though. But you have to assume that players aren't very, very happy calling Riichi on an 8-9, right? So they might be less inclined to do so. We're 1 tile away from Tenpai for 7 pairs. If we draw into something, I would probably go for it. In its absence, I think we got to continue folding. I genuinely think so. Nothing about the 5 of characters feels that safe right now. There's a lot of 4s and a lot of there's a lot of 4s and a lot of 7s. I don't think it's worth it for me. I genuinely don't think it's worth it. Like what a 4 4 4. They could still have a 3 4. And what about the 6 7 aspect of things? 6 6 7 7 7. They could still have a 6-7 as well. This 5, despite what it looks like, is still a very, very spicy tile. We are out of safe tiles to discard right now. All the 8s are almost gone, and this is Tsuji to the 6, and it's a terminal. I think it's probably safe. Okay, it is. I absolutely is. All the 8s are actually gone, so this is a nice instance of Tsuji and Kabe. Yeah, like, unless they have a double pair of this, they can't win off of it. They had a 7-pair stand, waiting on a 3 of circles. Very zuzzy, very spicy indeed. We're very lucky that we didn't deal into that. They get to remain as the dealer. It's still anyone's game. And remember, this is a Saint level player. You think they got where they are by playing honestly? No, they crushed dreams in order to get here, you know? Okay. I mean, this hand is amazing. We have it's just okay. How quickly Bank of America downgrades this stock rating, right? Any other people finance pilled? Not me, really. We have 2 copies of the Dora. That's amazing. We have the potentiality of a 1-2-3 mixed triple sequence. That is also amazing. If we don't get that, however, this 1-2 shape is extraordinarily weak. We would love to see something else like another East Wind or another West Wind in our hand. Just some easy Yaku so we can start pawning and cheeing to the stars. Like, that would feel pretty nice. Right Lord pawns, and this is a dangerous situation, right? The 5 of circles is an incredibly easy tile to use in anyone's hand. They could also have the red 5 as well. So this hand doesn't look that good, but we can probably expect them to have at least 1 5 of circles in there, right? Okay. What do we even do about that? We're 2 tiles away from Tenpai. What is the nut draw right now? Okay. You're going to press me for the nut draw. If you're going to Elvis press me for the nut draw right now, I think is still like a West Wind. Second to that, I would take a 3 of characters. 3 of characters would be tight. Second to that, I would take a red 5 in the bamboo suit. All of these would advance our hand in a way that we would like to see. All right, this is not that bad. We upgrade our 1-2 shape into a 2-4 shape. Now, if we can draw into a 5 of characters, we can upgrade it once again. Right, left lord calls the Riichi. At least we have one safe tile that they previously discarded. All right, they call it. Oh my god, I didn't notice this, but there's been so many exhaustive draws that whoever wins this hand gets 3 bonus Riichi sticks and 600 points worth of repeat counters. So that feels pretty nice as well. That is not a safe tile at all that right lord is discarding. Okay. I mean, we have a decent shape here, right? We have a pair of the 4s and a 5, 6, 7 shape. It's gonna be, oh my goodness. I was just about to say, it's gonna be really difficult to get rid of the 2 because it's Suji to the door, right? People are gonna want to keep their 3, 4 of circles in their hand so that they can accept a 2 or a 5, right? Okay. Crossroad throws the 7. We were moments away from disaster ourselves. Lucky that we didn't deal in here. Nice animation. Riichi, Pinfu, all simples, red 5. Lucky that there's no Orador, but watch this. 7,700 plus 3,000. This is, oh my, you almost just got paid a Haneman's worth of points just from the extra accoutrement that was on the table. Dude, what's your favorite, like, hors d'oeuvre? For me, and I'm not just saying this because I know it's like a popular answer, but anytime there's deviled eggs around, you could say that I become a little bit of a devil myself. I'm eating those eggs. Like, I'm giving Cookie Monster a run for their money. You know what I mean? Like, if there's... Tuhan, by the way, seat when prevalent wind. If there are deviled eggs around, I will stop at nothing to get what I want. Like, I genuinely will stop at nothing to get what I want. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I will eat all of your deviled eggs. That's just like my favorite hors d'oeuvre. Some other hors d'oeuvres that I've encountered but are rarer to see. It's like getting a Kangaskhan in the Pokemon. It's like getting a Kangaskhan in the Pokemon Blue Safari Zone. If you understood that reference, you're legally obligated to leave me a comment, by the way. You know, it's very rare. Any nacho-based hors d'oeuvre, I've had one that was like, it was really nice. It was like a, was that a wedding? It was a poke nacho. And now you've heard expressions like poke go to the polls or nacho, but I'm poke nacho to the polls. Anyway. Throwing away a 5, 6, 7. Right Lord's going for the most obvious flush, half flush of all time, probably in the bamboo suit, but they discarded a 3 before, so it's not in the bamboo suit, it's in the character suit. That's very spicy indeed. I'm gonna chi into this, a little Dave Matthews Band crash into me, set a little bit of a Suji trap for the 3 of circles. People know that now I'm not on a 4, 5, right? So if they're paying attention, the 3 should be pretty safe. But I'm happy to win this hand with just 2 Han. Everyone's points totals are pretty close. And so, like, I'm pretty happy to take an extra 2,000 off the top of the dome piece, right? I love hors d'oeuvres, dude. When I'm president, and I haven't really talked to you about this because it's like a long-term goal, not a short-term goal. But when I'm president, I'm gonna really up the prevalency of smaller plates, tapas, dude. Okay, so. I mean, this is a sentence that's about to be oozing with privilege. Get ready for this, okay? I studied abroad in France when I was in college. It was poggers, right? It was so pog. Pog rich, poggeroni, pogtastic. It was incredible. I and a couple of friends, we went to Madrid on like a whim because it's super cheap to go within the European Union, right? Like they actually, get this, they actually have stuff like public transit, you know, like good public utility subsidized by the government. Wow, could you imagine? We should be so lucky. We went to Madrid. We went to a tapas place that had a, like, I think it was like an artichoke and ham dish. Holy moly. Let's just say when I have artichokes and ham, I go a little ham. Okay, it was, I still think about it. And it was so good. I was just trying to find that, like, next to where I live. Certainly that exists, right? Like, that should definitely exist next to me. Okay, also, we have a chance at an amazing Riichi here. Or we can pawn the green dragon to get into Tenpai. But it's not a very strong Tenpai, right? I mean, We could have gotten into Tenpai by cheating into this 7 as well. Just waiting on the green dragon or the 8 of circles, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the next one, if they discard like a 4 or something, we'll definitely take. What's the Dora right now? The Dora is... another red dragon. It's not great, but I think it's a safer tile to throw later than this 1 of circles. The Dora is the west indicator is the north one. Okay, so unfortunately, a Crosslord has the dream, the nut draw, right? I'm gonna get rid of this 8 of characters while it was recently discarded. This red dragon is now very, very spicy. Oh, I don't like this at all. We should be folding. For sure, we should be folding. But if we get the chance to get into Tenpai a little bit early, like I think that we can still get away with throwing this red dragon. It was so... I'm gonna up the prevalency of tapas. Tapas are just delightful. They're just absolutely wonderful. Can we get rid of throwing this? The 8 of circles, unfortunately, is like... We can't really pawn that. That was going to be our pair, most likely. All right, so we got to... Unfortunately, we have to make like a bend and folds here. Like this, I don't want to deal into. I absolutely do not want to deal into that. We can maybe try to get into Tenpai for some other stuff. I don't think we even pawned the green dragon right now. Like, if another one comes out, maybe, but I think we'd much rather... Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. A very spicy situation. A very spicy situation. If someone is willing to throw an 8 of bamboo right now, I can't. I actually can't with this. I actually can't with this. Because we would have to throw an 8 of bamboo to get into Tenpai, and there's nothing about the 8 of bamboo that even feels safe right now. It does not pass the smell test, you know what I mean? We're hoping that this round, by the way, goes to an exhaustive draw where no one ends up winning. We definitely don't want the dealer, a Crosslord, winning with Seatwind Dora 4. That's an insta-Mongon. If they have anything else, like a 3 of bamboo, that's even more value that's accumulated in their hand. I'm going to throw the 9 of bamboo. We got to think about some of our other contingency plans as well. 5 of circles is also a safe option. Okay. How many 6s are gone? 3 6s are gone. So it's unlikely that someone has a 5-6, but it's still possible. We can discard a 5 of bamboo. It's been pretty recently discarded, and I don't think that they've changed their hand at all. At least I don't think so. 6 of circles was not a really safe tile, but I suppose it's okay. All the 7s are gone. No one can have a 7-8. What about a 4-5 though? Maybe you see where a lot of the 4s and 5s are at. Wow. Somehow, Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Pinfu, pure double sequence, and a red 5. That is heartbreaking. Because as a Crosslord, that was like probably your best chance back into the game. That's genuinely heartbreaking. I mean, I was really rooting for a Crosslord too. Not really, I was praying for their demise, but in like the generous part of me was hoping that they could clutch it out. Okay, what do we got going on here? We got a pair of the red dragons, but I'm about to say something zuzzy. We do not pawn the first red dragon that we see. I don't think that that's the right move. The rest of our hand is literally awful. Like, how many shapes do we have? 1, 2, 3. 3 shapes in our hand, no album out? Absolutely not. Not only that, we have awful shapes. 3, 6, 9 is a really bad shape, along with 1, 4, 7. None of your tiles even remotely talk to each other at all. And so that's not necessarily what you want to see. This could be an instance of get rich or die trying meta. A Right Lord pawns their seat win, so they can probably move pretty fast. I'm going sicko mode. I'm discarding the Dora. Like, with this hand, I genuinely think the chances of us winning are so low. Call me Jenny from Blackpink. They're so low that I don't even think that we like go for anything, you know? Maybe if we get stuff like a 2 of characters, a 7 of characters, maybe with that kind of stuff we'll be a little bit happier. We have 6 shapes in our hand, no album out. It's okay. It's okay, but I don't really dig our chances of winning. And you know that I'm feeling messed up because I just said dig as a verb. Does anybody remember dig.com? It was the pre-Reddit. You know what I mean? Did you know that if you're not careful, some pregnancies can still occur from just pre-Reddit alone? Anyway, it was the pre-Reddit, and oh my god, we're gonna get into Tenpai. Oh my god, we're gonna get into Tenpai. This is actually absurd. A crosslord dashes my dreams and calls Riichi with it. I'm gonna throw an 8 of characters, as that's safe for a crosslord. It might not be safe for right lord. We don't really know what right lord is doing, but it was basically Dig was like an aggregate of like funny things from the internet, and then Reddit came along and just stole Dig's lunch, like ate up Dig's lunch immediately. It's brutal. And now, you know, we can, oh, hang on. I love when corporations make money. I want to make that very, very clear. I love when corporations make money at the expense of everyone. I love that. My friend Yu Dong, though, you know, has some thoughts about Reddit's extremely predatory API practices that it's about to put into effect. A crossword actually wins this hand. Riichi, Pinfu, Dora. It's not the huge hand that they were hoping for, but it definitely gets them back into the game. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but my friend Yudong really does, because it killed his favorite Reddit browsing app. All right, what are we looking at here? This is okay. We have one Dora, 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes in our hand. Hopefully we draw another green dragon or something around the 2 of bamboo, or now the newly acquired 2 of circles. This feels to me like a Riichi Pinfu hand if we can get into it. Okay, 1, 2 is not the shape that we were looking for, but it is the shape that we're going to accept in this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can probably throw out this 2 of bamboo at this point. There's a minuscule chance for a 1, 2, 3 mixed triple sequence, but I don't even think we'd be happy to see a 1, 2, 3 mixed triple sequence. Like, that's really bad. We'd have to throw away a 5, 6, and then we'd be on like a ton of single-sided weights. All right, I'll keep the white dragon as a safer tile to throw later. What is the nut draw right now? Nut draw is the 3 of characters. I love how fast everyone's playing in this game too. Wow. I will say this though. Other people playing fast, like, can sometimes trick your mind into playing fast as well. I swear, if I had like 200 seconds to make every decision, I would be a much, much better Riichi Mahjong player. I think that is undeniable, right? I think that most people would be. Like, sometimes there have been many occasions where we accidentally discard a tile without meaning to, by the way, because our timer has ran out. And we usually get really lucky in those instances somehow, but it is not a winning strategy. You want to be, you know, you don't want to do that in most games, right? So I think, you know, this idea of maybe taking a breath before every discard, or, you know, trying to find smart ways to fold, it's a good one. Now, let's take a look at the table. Right Lord repping the most obvious half flush of all time, or full flush even. But they haven't discarded any honor tiles. You can clearly tell that they're going for character tiles. So we're hoping, if possible, to finish this 1, 2 shape somehow, right? We'd be happy to draw a 1 of characters. We'd be happy to draw a 3 of characters. We wouldn't be happy to pawn into it, though. That's the only thing, because we want to be able to get rid of these tiles early on. Right Lord is advancing their hand. They didn't discard the tile that they just picked up. They could definitely pawn the Northwind as well. At a certain point, it's going to get too dangerous to discard these character tiles at all. But it doesn't seem like they're doing that great, right? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's going to get way scarier after they open up their hand. I think they have a pair of the East Winds right now. That's just my guess, but I think they have a pair of the East Winds. They improve their hand once again. They don't discard the tile that they just drew. So their hand is definitely making progress. There's 18 seconds left in overtime. You know what I think we do? We chi this. We get rid of the 1 of characters. It's a safer tile because it's a terminal, and we just try to get into Tenpai before the end of the game. Now it is just a run out the clock. Hopefully we get into Tenpai and that nobody else does, so that we can keep our dealer's seat. 3 of characters is shown to be safe. I would love it if you discarded 1 as well. It's an easy way for us. That is not a safe tile, but it's an easy way for us to get into Tenpai. Now, they've discarded a character tiles. That means their hand is at least pretty good. Doesn't even matter. Left Lord is on an absolute tear. Also, this player does not call Riichi a lot, and it's been working out for them. Are you the person with the most impressive match history? Because maybe we can learn a little bit from this and learn how to use Damaten more effectively, where we don't call Riichi at every given chance. But if you read the Holy Scripture, right? If you're reading Riichi Book 1 by Dana Chiba, you'll know that it's like more often than not, you should just be slamming the like and subscribe button, right? You should be slamming the Riichi button unless you have a good reason not to slam the Riichi button. The weight is terrible, you know? Someone else is also called Riichi. You have to discard the Dora in a late game situation. Like there's things. This is a good hand. If we get into like a nice pair, like honestly, the nut jar right now is either another copy of an 8 or a 9 of circles. We can get into a nice Riichi Pinfu. That is a pair. It's not great, but it is a pair. We'd be happy to see a 6 of bamboo now. Honestly, this is a weird hand. Oh, that is kind of amazing though. That is honestly kind of amazing. So we have our pair. We have a sequence. This hand guarantees Riichi Pinfu, right? Okay, what do I want to save as a safe tile? No one else but I can effectively use the Northwind. I mean, that's not true, right? Some other people could use it in a half flush, but it is only us that can get the Seat Wind Yaku. So I'm going to keep it in my hand as a safe tile for later. At least if we deal in with it, we don't give someone an extra Han, right? I would slam the Riichi button no matter what here. Like, the nut jar right now is a 3 of circles, for sure. Pure double sequence Riichi Pinfu, like that is some good stuff. I think, unfortunately, even though this is our Seat Wind, we want to be able to call Riichi Pinfu here. I don't know. Riichi Pinfu leads to things like Sumo, leads to things like Ipatsu, leads to things like Oradora. It's a bigger value proposition for us to get back into first place, right? Left Lord has a decent sized lead, but if we do Riichi Pinfu pure double sequence, that's already 3 Han. If we Sumo or Ipatsu or anything, like we got a really good chance to dethrone Left Lord and take first place all for ourselves. A Crosslord is going for character tiles. This is a very obvious flush as well. That's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit spicy in case we call Riichi and then a Crosslord is like runs off of us with a character tile half flush closed. That's like one way that we could lose the game. How much do we care about that? I'm not sure, because if we really cared about that, we would keep our hand closed, be in Damiten as a zuzzy little silly little Damiten, and then we would probably just slurp up all their points. Hang on, is this bad for me? All the three threes are gone and 2 6s are gone. The likelihood that we finish this 4-5 shape is not super likely anymore. That honestly hurts a little. That honestly hurts a little. We would honestly love to draw the 3 or the 6 of bamboo ourselves. 16 tiles left in the game. Arguably at this point, we're not going to call Riichi, right? It's too late into the game. Other people have so much information about us. If we can pawn or chi or anything to get into Tenpai here, I think we take it. I think we try to get into Tenpai for exhaustive draw, but if our draws get a little spicy, like we draw, I don't know, the Dora, the 8 of characters, I don't think that we can push with it. 9 tiles left. Okay. We're hoping not to see the Dora here. The Dora would actually be really devastating. In the early game, it's great, but in this situation, we wouldn't be able to get rid of it, and it would feel really bad. So this is a spicy character tile. Crosslord pawns, maybe they're in Tenpai now. Maybe they're just trying to get into Tenpai before the end of the round. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I only have to make it through one more draw discard. We're hoping for a 3 or a 6. Just anything that can get us into Tenpai. Wow, that hurts. That hurts. We had so many chances, I think, but just couldn't get into the end zone eventually. Right Lord is the only person, and I recently discarded a 6 too. Maybe their hand wasn't ready at that point. We got very, very lucky. They had 2 copies of the Dora and a pure double sequence. And, oh, this is suddenly a very long game. It's a 50-minute game. It's another repeat counter. Holy moly. All right, fair enough. The Dora is the 1 of bamboo. Okay. We have a pair of our Seat Wind. I want to call pawn, but I don't think I am if someone throws the Seat Wind. The rest of our hand is literally Garbaggio. Literally Garbaggio. Like, we don't even have good shapes right now. This red 5 is hilariously redundant. What is it? Me at every single job I've ever worked at? Just kidding. I love corporations. I love licking boots. So I was pretty good at jobs. Southwind is less likely to be completed. We would be pretty happy to see another white dragon or another green dragon in this hand. Be happy most of all to see, like, I don't know, 4 of characters or another 5 of characters or something. Okay, we upgrade our 3-5 into a 5-6. That's not bad. Now would we pawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If we draw into something like the 4 of characters, then I would probably pawn the pawn my Seat Wind, right? A little bit of Rent the Musical, Light My Fire. Okay, a 3-5, I suppose, is the next best thing. I suppose it's okay. Our hand is actually coming together. Right Lord calls the Riichi, and so it goes. And so it goes. Our Sea Wind is a safe discard, but there's a chance that we can draw a triplet of them and still get into Tenpai somehow. Okay, I mean, we have a triplet of the 8 of Bamboo. I don't know if that's more valuable. White Dragon is also shown to be safe. Green Dragon is actually not super safe right now. Again, this is a fairly early Riichi, so you can't be too picky. I mean, this is good news for us, right? This is the longest game of all time, but Riichi, Pinfu, Dora, Oradora. This is as the dealer. So, yeah, Left Lord did get dethroned, but now Right Lord is in a really commanding first place. It's going to be hard to get first place. We need like a direct hit Mangan or a Haneman or something. This does not hurt. This is an okay starting hand. We have the Green Dragon. We have a Dora tile, so we can actually use the Dora tile as our pair. What is Right Lord thinking? Maybe they have 9 terminals and they're discarding or deciding whether or not to go for 13 orphans or not. They're taking a really long time. Did they get a Yakuman? What are we waiting for here? Okay, they discard a 1. Maybe they have a 9 terminal initial draw. I know how ridiculous that is. And they're going for 13 orphans? We could immediately kill 13 orphans, the phrasing, Jesus Christ, by drawing or seeing another Green Dragon, right? So long as we see all 4 copies of the Green Dragon, we know that it's impossible for them. Okay, 3, 4, 5 is actually kind of like a ridiculous draw right here. Another ridiculous draw would be the 7 of Circles. Would I open my hand into a situation like this? Probably. Probably. Our hand seems okay. I guess I'll throw a red dragon here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 shapes in our hand, but maybe we can get into Tenpai on a single tile wait for the Dora. That would be pretty zuzzy for sure, for sure. That would definitely be pretty zuzzy. Definitely add a lot of value into our hand. What am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking that if Left Lord discards a 7 of Circles, we can definitely chi that up. If Left Lord even discards like, I don't know, a 5 or an 8, the temptation is there to chi it up, but I don't want to put myself into too vulnerable of a situation. Okay, unfortunately, like none of our other shapes are coming together. Maybe I should have not kept this 4 around, because if we draw into a 3-4 shape, like we could end up in Furiten due to our 2 of characters discard. All right, Right Lord is going for a bamboo something, a half flush in the bamboo suit. A crossword calls Riichi. This is fine for us. We just want to play really safely. That White Dragon is not Omega safe either. That's a very risky play by Left Lord. What do I think we fold with here? 8 of Circles and 9 of Circles are looking like likely candidates. I am in Tenpai if I discard this. It's good. It's good. And I know that's going to probably upset some people. I know that's going to upset some people. For sure, for sure. Look, I'm not claiming that this is 100% the right move. I'm not claiming that this is 100% the right move. We can still get back into Tenpai for Riichi Pinfu, right? Like we can still schmoove back in a variety of different ways. The 6, they don't have a 7, 8 of bamboo in their hands. They could still have a 4, 5 of bamboo in their hand. And that is the thing that I'm more scared of. I'm in second place right now. I don't want to throw away my second place lead. I don't want to throw away my second place lead. For you know, we had a Green Dragon Dora chance. That's 3 Han. 3 Han is like good. 3 Han, don't get me wrong. You can definitely buy a sandwich with 3 Han. 3 Han is enough to have like a fun afternoon. But I don't know. I just don't want to deal 3 Han like a Mangan's worth of points away into a Crosslord. Like, and then I'm fighting for 3rd place or maybe even 4th place. It's just, there's so much potentiality for disaster. So what happens here? Hilariously, the 5 of bamboo is the safest tile. Now that a 2 and an 8 have been discarded, it's inside Tsuji. They can't have a 3-4, nor can they have, oh my God. I'm gonna run out of time, aren't I? If this is a devilish Suji trap, then they definitely got my number. Yeah, I know. It's looking really good, but this is not the hand that, like, this is how we lose this game and end up in 4th. I just feel it in my bones. I genuinely feel it in my bones. Red 5 of bamboo, because the 5 of bamboo has been discarded. I'm gonna discard a 9 of circles, and then eventually we know that the east wind is a dead tile, and then it's impossible for us to deal into some kind of under the sea, under the river type of shenanigan, right? I'm gonna throw an 8 of circles. 8 of circles seems okay. 14 tiles left in overtime, and she's on your mind. She's on your mind. You'll note a distinct lack of 3s and 6s being thrown at this table right now. I think it's because the other players, like myself, understand that there's not a lot of safety in the 3 and the 6 of bamboo. In fact, if I had to guess what tile they're waiting for, it's actually a 3 and a 6 of bamboo. I genuinely think that that's what they're waiting for. We could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. We could be wrong. But that is my best guess right now. Throw the east wind, even if someone pawns. Okay, they discarded a 3. They're probably not waiting on a 6. But I think it was okay for us to be cautious there. We could have ended up in 10 by. Might have even been able to run if the 6 was safe. Let's see what they're waiting on. They're waiting on a single tile. 7 pairs Riichi for 2 door as well. I understand. I definitely understand. Left Lord also managed to sneak into Tenpai at the end of the game. Fair enough. Okay, so what is going to happen in this South 4? This South 4 is going to be a game where we just try to win by any means necessary. Our hand is not the greatest starting hand for that to be the case. Maybe a 1-2-3 mixed triple sequence, maybe a half outside hand. I don't know. We would love to draw into another West Wind right now. That would definitely be pretty nice. I'm going to throw the 6. The 6 is a little bit worse than the 7 because the 7, if we draw into an 8, we can maybe end up waiting for a terminal tile, the 6 or the 9. A crossword is the dealer, and they pawned their seat win, so they're waiting to make the comeback of the century. Their starting discards also indicate that they're waiting for something in the character suit. Right Lord is also wanting to end this game as soon as possible. I'm going to throw a character tile. It's close to the door. It's a very, very dangerous tile for us. This is an okay hand. This is definitely an okay hand. Like, this hand can definitely win. Again, a West Wind would make this hand very easy. Very cheap, don't get me wrong, if we have an open hand with the West Wind, but very, very easy. South Wind is a little bit spicier. Everyone wants to use the South Wind. And at a certain point, too, right? If a Crossword or Right Lord starts discarding, like, the juiciest tiles of all time, like, if they start discarding some really scary stuff, or if someone calls Khan, we might have to end up folding. Genuinely. But more than anything, we want to protect, second place. Crosslord pawns the West Wind as well. They're moving towards a Tenpai. It's a little bit scary right now. At least this 7 is relatively safe. They can't be on a 5-6 of bamboo weight. They could be on an 8-9, but not with that first discard, right? Probably even if you had an 8-9, you discard the 8 first. We could get into a nice little, oh, this tile is not that safe, and a Crosslord is discarding good stuff. We could get into a Riichi Pinfu situation if we draw the 3 of circles, but 2 of them have already been discarded, which really hurts. Also, by the way, if we get into a Pinfu situation, there's no way we're calling Riichi here. We want to stay in Damaten and stay in the shadows so that other people might deal into us. So this is really bad for us. A lot of the 3 of circles are gone. And so finishing this shape with a 1-2-3 is really, really unlikely. So let's kind of like pivot away from that and try to do something different with our hand. Okay, if we can get rid of another 4 of characters, maybe we can get a pure double sequence going. Sure. This is another way to win, right? Can wait on a 3 of characters. Oh, the 3s are almost gone too. Okay, it's not great. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. There's 25 tiles left. I'm even right now, I'm starting to... Yeah, there's no way we call Riichi here, right? We don't need to. We don't need to. We're just here to protect second place. It's so unlikely that we can get into first place from this. Also, someone might play safely around Left Lord and discard an 8 of bamboo. Un-effing believable. Maybe if we were a little bit, even if we were more aggressive, like what could we have done? This is this is an hour-long video. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to spend too much time in the logs today. Our elo's not feeling too healthy, but this, holy moly, what an absolute slugfest of a game, right? Maybe we could have pushed for that hand with the triple green dragon Westwind, but I genuinely don't think it was correct to do that. We dealt in here. Right Lord had called Riichi. We don't have anything that's safe anymore. What did I end up discarding here? I think I probably threw a 6, right? I mean, they threw a 3. I think I went inside Tsuji. Oh! Oh, I didn't see that they had previously thrown a 3, dude. The comments. I know definitely someone has written that comment already. I really didn't see this. So they've discarded a 3 and a 9. This is so safe, and I get to remain in Tenpai. Oh, I played that wrong. I played that definitely wrong. If I had those extra points, then maybe we wouldn't have ended up in last place either. And then, like, we didn't even get to participate. Do you see a distinct lack of our name here? All right. That's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. Helps out the channel a huge deal. I'm not joking. And of course, you can subscribe in the future. New videos every day, or to subscribe now or in the future, I suppose. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. PST. Link is down below in the description. Mondays are Mahjong, Wednesdays are Variety, and Fridays are Nancy Drew. I hope to see you there, or in the Discord, or in the VODs channel. All linked in the description. Until next time, please take care of yourself, and please be kind to yourself, all right? Talk to you soon. Peace.